Hey there guys, I've spent the last couple of days in the jungle in the state of Campeche, where I went to see the Maya archaeological site of Mall. It's in a pretty remote location, so it wasn't straightforward to get to, but you know, if you are in Mexico and you do have time in your journey, I thoroughly recommend going there, because I've been to like 4 or 5 Maya ruins now, and out of all of them, I mean, I enjoyed all of them, but out of them, this was by far and away the best one. I mean, it's such an amazing experience because, you know, you're quite far from any town, so there aren't that many tourists that go there. So you can climb up 3 pretty tall structures. The highest of them is about 50 meters high, and you have these amazing views over the jungle. And in fact, with the guide's binoculars, we were able to see over the border into Guatemala, where there's a Maya site called El Mirador, and this is said to be the place where like the Maya originated, and in fact is the largest Maya archaeological site that they have found. Hola, buenos días. ¿Qué tal? Feliz año nuevo. Yeah, and also there you've got howler monkeys. So for those of you that have heard the sound of the howler monkeys, they make this kind of eerie, almost slightly unnerving sound, and in fact they used them because the sound is so kind of unnerving. They used it in the Jurassic Park film, so to make the sounds that the dinosaurs were making. But anyway, we're here in Campeche, in the city, the capital of the state, and for first impressions, it's fairly similar to Valladolid. You know, colonial city, colourful buildings, cobbled streets, and I'm sort of heading over to the old town now. In fact, I can see the ancient walls, city walls, but we're just gonna, looks like there could be a market over here, so we're gonna head over to this, check that out, and then we'll head into the centre. So just coming into the start of the market here now. Seems to be a lot of fruit and veg stands. I'm quite hungry, so I'd quite like a pastry or something like that if we can find one. Although I've not eaten much fruit recently, so a bit of watermelon would be quite nice, but I don't want to have to cut that up while I'm walking along. Quite interesting. ¿De quién es?
Es un pintor.
¿Sabes? Un pintor. Ah, bien.
¿Qué va a llevar, joven? ¿Qué le damos? ¿Qué buscaba?
¿Qué tienes?
Tengo uva, pera, manzana, plátano, papaya, sandía, mandarina, jícama.
¿Qué es esto?
Naranja
y
jícama.
Jícama.
Ajá.
Okay.
Es una raíz, es esta.
Ah,
es una raíz.
Nunca lo he visto.
Pero es jugosita, es
refresco, ¿no?
Sí.
Refrescante. Dale, bueno, sí. Dame uno de estos, por favor.
Claro. ¿Con chile?
Sí, con chile. Siempre
no,
con chile,
no
¿no?
Sabes.
Yeah.
¿De dónde vienes?
De Inglaterra.
Oh my god, aquí a la vuelta.
Sí, sí. Muy lejos, ¿no?
Así en el kilo.
Bueno,
Esa tiene 120, tiene 200 gramos más, pero...
Ahí tienes.
¿Sí?
Gracias, señor.
Órale.
Que vas bien.
Gusto saludarte.
Not totally sure what I just bought, but well, let's try it and find out. Ah, en Inglaterra sí, creo que está nevando ahí, creo. O sea, aquí he venido para escapar el invierno y disfrutar de, bueno, de México.
Sí.
Sí.
Qué bueno, qué bueno, qué bueno.
Sí. Aquí va a haber fiesta para noche
En, la-
año nuevo.
en el parque principal debe haber una verbena.
Ajá. Ah, bien.
Sí, hay música, hay comida.
Ah.
Sí.
¿Y usted qué vas a hacer?
No, nada, pero
Nada.
ahí en
La
la casa,
familia.
en tu casa vamos a hacer comida.
Ajá. Bueno, yo solo llegué ayer, entonces fue como caminando a ver lo que hay
Sí,
aquí.
hay muchas cosas en la noche.
Sí. Hay mucho movimiento aquí,
Sí.
¿no? Mucha gente, muchísima gente.
Ajá.
Pero bueno.
Ahí está. Ahí China.
Bueno,
Que Dios te
encantado,
bendiga.
Chao.
Gusto verte.
He's a nice guy. So I think I'm going to look for a bench to eat this because this is going to be messy, I know that much. And I don't fancy trying to eat it with one hand. So we'll just have a look, see what else there is in this market, and then we'll get out of here and find a seat. Wow, Mexican cheese. I didn't know they did more than one variety. Although it doesn't look like they do. These sort of looks fairly similar. I haven't really been able to find any cheeses. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tipo de queso es este?
Daisy.
Buenos días.
¿Es de México?
Sí.
O, sí.
¿Cómo se dice Daisy?
¿Es fuerte o suave?
Es
Ahorita se lo voy a probar.
Okay.
You can taste it.
Oh, gracias. Oh, gracias. Es bueno. Slightly rubbery, but it's quite nice. Creo que voy a volver después para
Sí, cómo no.
tomar. Sí.
Claro.
Gracias. Oh, they've got everything here. Flowers. Wow, that's a big bird. Wow, ¿cuánto pesa este? Wow. Ajá. Puede alimentar a la ciudad, ¿no? ¿Qué has pedido? Ah, el pollo. Pavo. Para hoy, ¿no? Para hoy, toma hoy. Bueno, disfruta. This market is huge. Right, let's go have a look in here. I lost my cap on a bus on Christmas Day a few days ago. So yeah, that would have been a nice Christmas present for someone. So I'm in the market for another cap. Not sure we're going to be in luck. I mean, it's an absolute maze. Hola, señorita. Una pregunta, ¿que hay un sitio por aquí que venda gorras?
Gorras, pero quieres que sean de Campeche, que digan Campeche o algo así o
No,
cualquiera?
solo simples.
¿Simples?
Sí.
Sí, en la parte de hasta atrás.
Ajá.
O también si sales en esta puerta, te
Ajá.
vas así sobre la calle.
Ajá.
Cruzas, hay una avenidita, cruzas la avenidita y así en esa avenidita hay un puestecito igual de
Okay.
gorras.
O sea, en este mercado
Dentro del mercado, en la parte de atrás.
atrás. Ok.
Sí, mi amor.
Gracias.
Mucho gusto.
Okay, let's head in that direction. Ay, perdón.
¿Qué estaba haciendo?
Yeah, she's asking me if I want a hat with Campeche on the front, and that's been the issue the last couple of days. Everywhere I go, they just have like mahahual or bacala or Campeche on the front. Just want a nice, simple, plain pat. Couldn't go through a market without seeing something. Hola, ¿qué tal?
¿Cuál le gusta? ¿Qué le vendemos?
Sí, bueno, solo echando un vistazo. Tienes muchas cosas, mucha variedad, ¿no?
Sí, pues algo de...
Bolsas también, ahí. ¿Pero gorras tienes?
No, lo que tengo son sombreros.
Ah, sombreros. Ah.
Pero de tela.
Ah, de tela.
Los que tapan acá el cuello para que no...
Bueno, sí, busco... Ah, entiendo. No, busco otra cosa. Pero, gracias. Come to the food hall bit. Wow, you get a torta for 20 pesos. That's really good value. Hola, señor. ¿Qué tienes de tortas?
¿Tortas?
Sí. ¿Qué tiene?
Lechón relleno de cochinita.
Ah, ¿de cochinita? Sí. ¿Uno?
¿Una torta de cochinita?
Sí, sí. Gracias.
¿Para comer aquí o para llevar?
¿Para tomar aquí?
¿Puedes tomar aquí?
¿Ahí o aquí?
Aquí.
Ok.
¿Una torta de cochinita?
So I've just ordered a torta. Basically because it's 20 pesos, seriously cheap. And I've gone for the cochinita pibil because that seems to be everywhere in Yucatan Peninsula. I was seeing, cochinita pibil on the menu. I didn't get it, and I thought it's time before I move out into the sort of central Mexico and don't have the opportunity to try it. I should get one. So I think essentially it's like shredded pork. Cooked in, I don't know, maybe some spices. But yeah, I mean they've just put it with onion here, so let's just give it a try. That's good. It's basically pulled pork. That tastes really good. I'm happy with that. So I've finished my torta and I'm now going to head over to that side of the market to see if I can find the cap stand that she was talking about. And if not, we can go and have dessert. Here's some caps. Gonna be clear one there. Hola. ¿Cuánto cuesta una gorra? Ah, 65, ¿no?
Sí, esta 65, esta 90, 90.
90, ok. Tienes como azul, pero otro azul, otro como tipo.
Así como esa, no, ya nada más esta.
Solo estos. Ok. Gracias. I basically just want the hat I had. This one. Oh, it looks like the Squid Game phenomenon came to these guys.
Sí, sí, sí.
Hola. So I've just found a seat just outside the market so I can try this fruit. So I've opened up the packaging and this root fruit, it looks like a potato. Although it feels a bit more like mango. I'm not too sure about it. Let's give it a go. I mean, I've got a load of chili on it, so I'm not sure like whether I'll actually be able to taste much of it. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh, I'm trying to think what it tastes like. It's like raw, some sort of like raw potatoes. Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, I'll just wash it away with the orange juice. Oh my god. They've given me loads of it as well, look. Like, you just take off the orange. Look at all of that. Oh. I don't really want to waste it, but I also really don't want to eat it. It's absolutely disgusting. I can give it away to someone. Even the orange is a bit dry. I think I might have to get an ice cream or something after this, just to take the taste away. Yeah. So I just left that delightful fruit platter on the bench in the park just over there, so someone else can enjoy that. And we're now going to head over inside the city walls and have a wander around so we can see. So these walls were built by the Spanish in the 16th century. Well, they would have been built using the local Maya population, but obviously they were ordered by the Spanish to be built. And these were to protect the city from pirates from Europe, so from England, France, Dutch. So they, this was a great place for the pirates to come, because you're just off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico, so the ships would be coming from Veracruz. So the gold and silver that was being mined in places like Zacatecas and San Luis de Potosí, that was being sent over to Veracruz and then leaving the port there for Europe. So it was passing this way en route to Europe. So this was a great place, and also the pirates would have come here to loot the city and take their women and things like that. So you can see straight away we've just entered the city walls, and we've got the cobbled streets and the colourful buildings, and in fact in the distance there you can see the cathedral. So that must be where the main square is, and that's where we will sort of head in that direction. I think these walls would have served the dual purpose of keeping the local Maya population out as well, because obviously the Spanish lived within the city walls and then the indigenous people were living outside, and whereas the Spanish defeated the Aztecs pretty quickly, I mean there was a point at which the Aztecs probably should have beaten the Spanish if they'd sort of rammed home the advantage that they had at the Battle of Otumba. Then they could have wiped out the Spanish, but they didn't do that, and that allowed them to regroup and go again. And the reason why the Spanish were able to defeat the Aztecs is that the Aztecs had a lot of enemies here in Mexico. Because they were such a big empire, they needed a lot of slaves and they needed to sacrifice a lot of people. So they were constantly conquering other tribes and taking their people to use as slaves and as for human sacrifice. Whereas the Maya, they weren't an empire. They didn't have a central power base like the Aztecs did with Tenochtitlan, or the Incas did with Cuzco. They were a heterogeneous group, a disparate group. They were just consisted of many different cities that traded with each other, but they equally went to war with each other, and certainly didn't consider themselves as a unified civilization. So that meant that they didn't have that many enemies, and so the Maya sort of united around the fact that they didn't want to be overrun by the Spanish. So that just meant that the Spaniards' war against the Maya went on for many centuries, whereas with the Aztecs they were defeated within a few years. So anyway, we're coming up to the what must be the main square now, because that's the Basilica, the cathedral, just up ahead of us. Might see if I can get myself a marquesita, because that fruit did not hit the spot. Still got a little bit hungry, Yeah, so marquesitas, I've seen loads of them in the Yucatan area. Apparently you can't get them in other parts of Mexico. And it's that way here. Yeah, they're basically like a pancake but crunchier, and yeah, you put them with, well, you can put them with anything, but the popular thing for people to do here is to mix Nutella with cheese. So I mean, I'm a fan of Nutella and I'm a fan of cheese, but mixing them together I'm not so sure about, but I feel like I need to try it before leaving this part of Mexico. So hopefully there's a food stand up here and we can get hold of one. Okay, looks like another fair we've got here. Some arts and crafts fair maybe. That's a huge cathedral there. Wow, it's massive. Well, that's one thing we do know about the Spanish. They like to build a good church, a good cathedral. Perdona, una pregunta, que aquí se puede comprar marquesitas.
De esa parte.
Ajá.
Igual acá adentro.
Igual hay, sí. O dentro hay.
Sí,
Quizá. Ok, gracias.
pero del otro lado.
Otro lado. Ok, gracias. Oh, this sounds promising. But we might have to go back on ourselves. Didn't really see anything coming down. That's the issue. Who can we ask? I'm not convinced that that guy was correct. I don't think there are any marquesitas down there. This man might know. It looks like. Hola señor, buenas tardes. Una pregunta, que busco un sitio que vende marquesitas.
Marquesitas.
Sí. ¿Hay?
No he llegado. Marquesitas. Marquesitas.
Allá en la esquina,
¿En la esquina?
Sí, allá en la esquina hay una, allá
O
hay
sea,
Burger
como
King.
una cuadra.
Burger King, allá está Burger King.
Ah, el Burger King.
Sí, allá en la esquina.
Okay, gracias. Next to Burger King. Didn't even know there was Burger King. Hopefully they're not sending me to Burger King to get a marquesita. It's not really what I'm after. But yeah, going back to the Maya, it's quite curious because you know, there was actually like 32 languages that were spoken across the Maya civilization. So, but they say that, you know, all of those languages came from one root language, which they've traced back about 4,000 years. And then the other thing, so they said that, you know, they've got like a linguistic connection that unifies them. And then the other thing they've got in common is a sort of a writing system that was kind of using a mixture of logos and syllables. So, for example, in terms of like logos, you know, it was kind of pictorial. So they might have like a Balam, so Egg Balam, which is a one of the Mayan sites. Balam means jaguar, so for that word they could maybe use like the picture of a jaguar just to depict the you know, the word for jaguar, or they could use syllables, so they might use like ba, la, and ma, and you know, they just knew to drop sort of the a from the ma to get Balam. I mean, that's kind of the concept. I'm not actually sure that's how they formed the word Balam, but it could be true, could not. But that's kind of the idea behind their writing system, and that was unique to them. So that's why historians and archaeologists, in retrospect, have decided that you know, these people should be sort of termed as Maya. Certainly these people didn't consider themselves as Mayans. Hola señora, busco el Burger King. Burger King, ¿está cerca?
Porque está en la esquinita.
Está aquí en la esquina.
Sí.
Ah, okay, gracias. Oh, I've gone too far. It can't be a big Burger King. Also, doubt there's a marquesita because I didn't see any. I should have just got one at literally any place I've been to. They've been selling hundreds of them, and I don't know, I've just never really fancied it. So I've either not been hungry, or you know, I've wanted something more substantial, like tacos. I had a lot of tacos on this trip. Oh yeah, here it is. The new Costilla King. Okay, so if we have marquesitas, they will be here. Oh wow, he's got one, I think. Hola señora, ¿qué tal? ¿Haces marquesitas, no?
¿Marquesitas?
Sí, de Nutella y queso. Genial. Wow, it's happening. ¿Y cuánto es?
40.
40, okay. Not too bad. You see there, it's making it a bit like a pancake. Just move the other way. ¿Vas a tomar el dinero? Joven. Pues, ¿qué tenemos? 10, 15,
Le damos marquesitas.
20, 25, 30.
Marquesitas.
35. Falta 5. Perdona. Le he dado 35. Falta. ¿Tienes cambio? ¿Está bien? Muchas gracias.
Marquesitas.
Feel bad, I just got. She let me off 5 pesos there because I didn't have the right change, but anyway. Let's go and find somewhere quiet. Oh, let's just eat it here. See that? Cheese and Nutella. It's quite strange. We get the initial sweetness of the Nutella and it's really nice. And then the taste of the cheese comes through. And it's really quite odd. Just getting chocolate down my white t-shirt. But yeah, this is odd. It's very crunchy, so I think I'm going to need 2 hands to do this one. Was it worth the wait? Not so sure, but I've tried it now, so I can rest easy for the rest of the day, or the rest of this trip even. Okay, so 1 marquesita down. Should we head over to the church, have a look? I can't be bothered, can you? Let's just let's go and have a look at this fair, and then yeah, we'll make our way sort of over to the seafront. Coat of arms of Campeche, maybe. So I've already reached the edge of the city walls, and we're going to be just exiting here. So it didn't take long to walk through the old town at all. You know, if I hadn't stopped off, I probably could have walked through it in 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll now we'll try and get out onto the Malecon. Malecon, basically the promenade on the seafront. Just not sure of the best way to get there. Let's just cross the zebra crossing and then make our way over here. Oh, I can see the sea's just over there. I'm intrigued by this though, Plaza del Mar. I wonder what it could be. Shopping centre maybe. Let's have a look. Hola señor, buenas tardes. ¿Es un centro comercial? No. ¿Qué es?
Una placita nada más.
Ah, bueno. ¿Puedo entrar? Claro. Gracias. O sea, un par de tiendas y poco más. Pero puede pasar para llegar al Malecón. No. O tienes que regresar. Ok. Bueno, gracias. Muy amable. Oh wow, yeah, it really is. I can see why he wasn't enthusiastic about me coming in here. Hola, buenas tardes. No hay salida ahí, ¿no? No. Okay. Oh, sorry about this, guys. It's well, it's a nice Christmas tree. Oh, so here we are, coming up to the Malecon. I was expecting some more shops, like restaurants and cafes. Yeah, maybe there's some further up. I wonder if there's a beach just the other side of the wall as well. It's so calm out there though, it's incredible. It's more like a lake. Wow, it's incredibly calm, isn't it? And the answer to that is no beach. It's very clear though, the water. It's quite inviting. Oh, I like Campeche, it's nice. I kind of feel like I've done it all though, and I've only been here a day. It's a good job I've only booked myself in for 4 nights. Tonight is New Year's Eve, so I might as well get drunk and then right off tomorrow, and then that just leaves me with 2 days. Oh, just up above we've got the sign for Campeche. So just like Valladolid, nice and colourful. Well, just like all the places I've been to. There seems to be a thing of Mexico, nice colourful signs, you know, announcing your arrival in a city. So might as well go and get a shot of that, and then we'll probably end the video. So I was going to end the video, but I've just come back into the city walls and come across this nice little street. So yeah, I'll just have a little look, see what's here. Oh, postcard shop. Subway, don't need to see that. Yeah, I might get a postcard. Seeing as I've got 3 days remaining here, I should have enough time to write one to my nan. Yeah, I don't really want one of cochinita. Something a little bit more authentic. Yeah, I think this is the one. I just put my face mask on to buy it. Oh, I've got caps as well, but yeah, these are the exact sort of caps I don't want. I mean, they're not bad, it's just not what I want. Hola señora. Buenas tardes, ¿qué tal? Solo esto. ¿Tienes sellos también?
No, sería en la oficina de correo.
Ajá, ¿y dónde está?
Por el Oxxo a 3 cuadras a la izquierda, no, derecha.
Ok. Pues, o sea, a la esquina, doblo, 3 cuadras
Ahí debe estar.
y está ahí. Ok. Solo tengo billetes de 200. ¿Te importa? Está bien. Es muy difícil encontrar postales en México. Sí, ¿no?
Ya no se usa.
Es que hubo en Chichen Itza, pero no quería un postal de Chichen Itza. Gracias. Hasta luego. Bye. I'm gonna go looking for a stamp, but I won't bore you with that hunt.